What's going on, guys? This is Joe. I am back once again for a Rivals of Ixalan draft. Let's see how it goes. We actually opened kind of an interesting one. I'm not as interested in like a Dead Man's Chest or a Jungle Creeper, but Forerunner of the Empire or Raging Regisar is pretty sweet. They're both 4 mana. One's in 2 colors, one's in 1 color, but they kind of both want to be in the same kind of deck. They both do the same kind of thing, except one is big and beefy and scary, and the other one gets something big and beefy and scary. It's kind of a tough choice, because the Regisar is clearly more powerful, and it's really where I'm leaning, but it's also 2 colors versus 1 color in the Forerunner of the Empire. But I still think I'm going to go with the Raging Regisar here. I think the problem is that we might be putting somebody that we're passing to in red also, but we'll deal with that later. I think Raging Regisar is a really good pick here. It's nice to have opened it. As a follow-up, there's Relentless Raptor, Bombard, there's a Neckbreaker. There's a Fanatical Firebrand, which is not a terrible choice. There's a Stampeding Horncrest, which is okay, right? It's a 5 mana, what, 4/4 haste? Yeah. If we have another Dino, which I just kind of assume if this is the deck that we're going to be in. I might just take the Bombard here. Like, Relentless Raptor's interesting, and it's good in the Dino deck to be fast and aggressive early so that when you get your later threats out, they've already started throwing stuff away. But I kind of want to lean more towards Bombard. I don't really want to move into Naya Dinos yet, do I? I don't know how Naya Dinos works yet in draft, but maybe I try it. This is all experimental anyway. If this is your first draft on this channel, welcome to it. I don't fully always know what I'm doing. We try things out. But Divine Verdict is a card that would be great. I like the fact that, I mean, the nice thing about this is, like with Bombard that we almost chose earlier, that means that the creature has to have 4 or less toughness, which, I mean, look, 4, 4, 4. So you're probably going to get something, but if it's like, Galta, for example, Divine Verdict can get rid of Galta pretty nicely. So this is a nice removal spell, and removal is something that we want and probably need. Plus, with how these picks play out, we can see if maybe green is going to be our splash or something, because this pack, a little light on our colors in general, if these are our colors. Knight of the Stampede is not bad, but I think I'm going to take the Firebrand first. If Knight of the Stampede is going to be going late, I can pick one up later, but Fanatical Firebrand is good. It's a nice early drop. Plus, red is kind of our through line here between our 2 gold creatures. So, picking up more red is not a bad idea. There's a Death Spitter, which is a great card. A Cacophodon, which is fine. And another Divine Verdict. I think I'll take the Death Spitter here. It's a low enough drop that I think I would like it. There's a Dreadmaw as well. I don't mean to snub the Dreadmaw, but I think the Death Spitter is a better choice for us right now. I think that it's good. You can be aggressive with it early if you feel like you have to be defensive with it early. If there's a bunch of little 1/1 vampires or something, you can block them pretty nicely with this guy because they just don't want to attack with them anymore. Okay. Ferocidon seems cool. Make our opponents sack permanents. Otherwise, it's Moment of Triumph. So yeah, from this pack, excuse me, I think it's this red rare. That's pretty nice. I'm okay with that. Moment of Triumph would have been fine. There's another Relentless Raptor. There's a Sun-Collared Raptor or a Raptor Companion. It's just mono Raptors in this one. I think I'll take the other Relentless Raptor. See how it works out for us. We got 2 of the same pretty okay uncommon, right? They, like I said, they're going to want to trade off with it early or use a removal spell on it, but it could get in early for a couple of nice points of damage. So There's a Stone Quarry. That's going to help us cast our spells. There's also a Charging Tuscadon. Oh, man. That's actually genuinely a tough choice. Because this card's amazing. But Stone Quarry we may need. Although, to be fair, we may be able to just get rid of the Regisar at this point. So I'm going to take the Tuscadon. Might have been the wrong choice. Alright, so here's our opening pack. I guess we take the Moment of Triumph since Sun Sentinel is the only other thing in our colors. Black seems somewhat open, right? What do you guys think? Okay. Well, we've got things. I think I'd rather take one of the two creatures here. I think at this point it might be the Sentry. I might, excuse me, oh my goodness. I might take the take it out later. But an early drop in Dinos is not a terrible idea. Ugh. I guess we split it. Take the other one now. Take a foil forest. Yeah, I mean, right now the Regisar is a little awkward. If we can find some fixing, great. We passed that Stone Quarry because right now our mana will be fine if we just get rid of the Regisar, although I don't want to yet. We'll have to see what else we open. Plus, look, now we have a foil forest, so we could totally put that in. Yeah, here's another Snubhorn. So, I'll take that over the Relic and a Moment of Triumph, sure. All 1-drops in white. Alright. Let's see what we can get in pack 2. I don't hate this deck. Yeah, there's another Charging Tuscadon. There's another Divine Verdict. Seems kind of samey. The Bishop of Binding is good. It doesn't go along with our Dino theme, but it's still a great card. We can just use it as an Oblivion Ring, or we could attack with it if we feel like it's open. But there's also a Tuscadon here, and that card also seems insane for us. Because we can get rid of the Horncrest for now and take the Tuscadon. And I think that's what we're going to do. You guys let me know if you think that like Bishop of Binding is insane and why the hell wouldn't you pick it. But I think Tuscadon is great. It's 1 more mana, and it does exactly what we want it to be doing. Okay, well, not as interesting of a pack. There's Enter the Unknown, but it's in our splash / possibly not even playing it color. Or there's Brazen Freebooter, which could help us cast a Raging Regisar later. So I think I'll take the Freebooter here. Traveler's Amulet is also a choice, but I think the Freebooter is better. It has a body attached to it. Ooh, interesting choice. Okay. They're both 4 mana. One of them lets us look for a Dino, which we have plenty of, and one of us lets another Dino gain flying until end of turn. I think in this case it's the Forerunner first. We don't have any flying support, which is kind of a shame, but I think we can still make it work. Okay, so there's the Herd Caller, but that's double green, and we're not really in green kind of at all. Or the 5-mana 2/5 flyer or a Traveler's Amulet. I think for now we need to like build out what we have, so I'm going to take the Pterodon, but I may straight up sideboard this later on. Another Divine Verdict or a Frilled Death Spitter or a Squire's Devotion. Removal is important, but we only have one other 3-drop, and it's the other Death Spitter. So I think I'm going to take the Death Spitter. Is this the exact same choice? What is going on? Oh my god. Alright, well we already took a Forerunner, so maybe we take the Heliopterus this time. Because I think at this point it's the choice between Divine Verdict or Heliopterus. I guess we just go with the Heliopterus. It's a sweet uncommon. This deck is so open in this draft. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm going to take the Heliopterus. Wow. Divine Verdict's just flying around the table? Sure, I'll take another one. There was the Armasaur. I at least momentarily considered it, but not really. Not much in this pack, although I'll take a Traveler's Amulet to go off early if we can search for our one forest in the deck or something. That's at least like a second green source. Luminous Bonds, I think, is better than Knight, Raptor Companion, or Stampeding Horncrest. I genuinely think there's no one in this deck. We haven't even gotten to the third pack yet. I like what we're doing so far, to be honest. Let's see how it works for us. We got the Ferocidons late, which may just mean that it's bad, and I'm just not aware. I'm going to take the Knight. The Heliopterist came back, sure. Let's see what happens if we take those two out for now. Not definitive, not forever, just for now. Let's see. Which I guess means we can take out the amulet as well. Because our two colors seem to be quite open. So now there's another 2-drop in these two colors in Ixalan that I would really like to open. It's a Dino. It's a pretty sweet card. I don't know if you guys are aware of what it is. Fine, I'll take this Shatter for the sideboard. Sure. Sure. Not main decking that. Even though it's a Dino. Not really necessary. Well, now we have a land in each of the 3 colors that we might be playing. That's a thing. Alright, Ixalan. Give us something good to start with. Dinosaur Stampede is something good to start with. Yeah. There's otherwise, there's a Bishop Soldier, a Queen's Commission, or a Legion's Judgment, but it's totally Dinosaur Stampede here. That card's great. Dragon Skull Summit is fine. I mean, we're not in black. If this were, you know, red and either green or white, we would have totally taken it. But now it's just Dinosaur Stampede, which is just fine with me. This pack, on the other hand, much worse. much worse. I guess we could take Pillar of Origins and choose Dinos. Sure. That would allow us to play the Regisar if we really wanted it, which we do. Frenzied Raptor versus Raptor Companion versus Thrash of Raptors. Our 4-drop slot's a little heavy. I think I might go with Frenzied Raptor. Why did this go on the sideboard? That was weird. Alright. So there's Thrash, or Hammer Skull. We talked about wanting 3-drops. This one's a pretty good one. I'm happily going to take this. Card is great. We're going to have some cuts to make, that's for sure. There's Armasaur or Aerosaur. Interesting choice. Our 5-drops are pretty good. I think we might be able to replace the Pterodon with the Armasaur. I think the Armasaur is just better. So let's try that. Wow. Ixalan's Binding. And honestly, I mean, versus Legion's Judgment and Slash of Talons, it's totally the Binding. This lets you pick a non-land permanent and just get rid of it, and then they can't cast spells of the same name. That's great. All about it. Wow. Okay, we can get rid of the Freebooter at 4. We don't need it. Okay, Sheltering Light is sweet. Or a Legion's Judgment. But I think with 2 Divine Verdicts and an Ixalan's Binding, a Luminous Bonds, I think we've got a good number of removal spells. So I think I'm just going to take this Sheltering Light. Yeah, Imperial Aerosaur is a good card. It is probably the best, almost definitely the best choice in this pack for us. So it's the Aerosaur. Our colors seemed nice and open in this draft. Very nice and open. Bishop Soldier, which we might not even play, or Legion's Judgment. Or Rummaging Goblin, of course, but we're going to want our lands. That's I'll take the Legion's Judgment for the sideboard. I don't think we need a Bishop Soldier in this deck. Ugh. Keeper is the only thing here for us, also sideboard. Pterodon Knight is fine. It's another 4-drop, which sucks, but it just is a flyer in our deck, unless we have no other creatures out, or just the Forerunner. Or the Firebrand, I guess. Demystify for the board, sure. Ooh, the Armasaur came back. Interesting. See if we can fit it in. Ryle for the board. I don't think we have enough Enrage to make that good. All right, so we got to do 5 cuts. This, unlike our other drafts in this format, I don't think that we can play 16 land in this one. Although if we play Pillar of Origins, maybe, but still, then you're just trading Pillar of Origins for a land anyway. Okay, so our 4-drop slot seems huge, right? Absolutely huge, but we've got a lot of things. I might take out the Armasaur because, as many people have said, blocking is not really a thing that people care about in this format. So if we get rid of the Armasaur, 1 Moment of Triumph and 1 Snubhorn Sentry, we might be able to get rid of the other Snubhorn Sentry also. I don't know that we need, if this is the deck, right, if we're not putting the Regisaur in, which might be the wrong choice, might not, we can probably take out Pillar of Origins, and then, because we're just 2 colors then, and 2 colors is just fine, we don't need the Pillar of Origins to help cast our spells. We have a lot of double red at the top end, but we need our red and our white at the bottom end. So let's take out the Moment of Triumph for now. I think I'd like to be keeping our mana up for our removal spells, but I'm not super worried about, playing combat tricks as much. So let's have this be the 23. See what they recommend. They recommend 9 and 8. Okay. Let's add that to the deck. That was actually kind of quick and easy. Let's just, for people that care, let's group the creatures separately. So here's our creatures versus spells. Let's stretch that out so you guys can see what's actually going on here. So yeah, this is going to be the deck. I don't know if it's good. If the format's too fast, the Ferocidons is going to feel pretty bad on 7. We might not ever get to play it. And then we have 3 creatures on 5. But our turn 4 is where we're hopefully going to be going off. So let's see how this works, guys. I'm going to save the deck, and you will see round 1 in just a second. Okay, so we're back. Let's play first. Sure, let's see how this deck works. Not super well. That is a real bad opening hand. I'm keeping it, but it's bad. Let's oh man, that sucks. Relentless Raptor's fine, right? I have no complaints, but we have no follow-up on turn 3, and then turn 4 we're just searching for something. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Oh, of course you come a turn late. Right now our turn 3 play is attack with a 3/3 Vigilance and play Fanatical Firebrand. Actually, we could attack with this guy too, depending on what they play. They didn't even crack their Evolving Wilds? Doesn't this put it into play tapped? It sure does. Okay. Works for me. That's going to make things awkward. Yep. Okay, so they're part red and part green. And that's their turn. That seems great for us. Okay. Well, let's play the Firebrand and attack for 4, I guess. Sure. Yeah, I was going to say it must attack, so they usually just do that. And then we'll just do that as well. That's this turn. Next turn we have Forerunner, and then the turn after we have Tuscadon. I don't know what we're going to search for with the Forerunner, to be honest. Maybe just the other Tuscadon? I really don't know. Hey, look. They're also in Naya Dinosaurs. Well, we're not in Naya Dinosaurs, technically. Okay, so they can use theirs to kill ours. They're going to let it explore. Okay. They got a mountain, and then they played a forest. Okay, so we know one of the cards in their hand, which is a mountain. Do they attack? I didn't think so. That would be real dumb. Okay, well, now we have the Ferocidons too. Jesus. Okay, so we can play this. Search for a dino, reveal it, put it on the top of our library, and then we can ping things. Oh, it's to each creature, so we might just use this early. All right, so let's go to combat and attack with our 3/3 and see if they have any shenanigans. I'm not going to attack with the 1/1 into this guy. Let's just leave it up. Nice. Okay. I'll take them to 13 on turn 4. That's fine. Let's do the Forerunner. Put a dino on top of our library. It kind of doesn't matter right now because we're playing Tuscadon next turn on 5. So I don't know what we're going to search for, but we could do Aerosaur seems fine. Other Aerosaur seems fine. Yeah, you know what? I think Imperial Aerosaur is going to be the choice. Because then we can give our Tuscadon, make it a 5/5 flyer, and just kill them. So yeah, I'm going to take the Aerosaur here. And pass. Yeah, that seems just fine. They're going to play a Ravenous Daggertooth so they can gain some life on blocks and or kill our Relentless Raptor since it will have to attack next turn. But that's fine. This does 1 damage to each creature. So we can do that. We can ping and then just do it and then like play the Tuscadon so that this thing dies and can't block this. That seems good. All right, let's do that. We will deal... They'll gain life, but right now that doesn't matter. Our Aerosaur is going to be able to kill them. So we just deal 1 damage there. They can gain 2 life. They may have thought that they could respond with theirs, but it does not work that way. So they can gain 2 life, sure. We're going to play a land. And play the Tuscadon pre-combat. They'll gain another life, but I don't care. Oh, they will play something for 2 mana. Verdant Rebirth. Okay, so it goes back into their hand and they'll draw a card. Sure. Oh, and they're pinging it as well. Okay. Sure. So they'll gain another 2 life. So they gained, what, 4 life this turn, and we can hit them for 4 as well? Okay. Now that happens. No? I guess it doesn't have to happen now. And we attack with everybody that we can. Just bring them back down to where they were at the beginning of the turn. Seems a little awkward, but at the same time, I think with the Aerosaur Tuscadon combo next turn, I think we're going to be okay. Which they know we have. 6 mana for a Colossal Dreadmaw. Thankfully, this flies. Or next turn it'll fly. And then the turn after, we have the 3 damage that we need. Yeah, no, we're fine. We are just fine. Let's... Sure, we'll leave up our red. Who cares? Imperial Aerosaur. They can kill our Relentless Raptor. Does not matter to me. Choose the Tuscadon. And then I guess we can say no to this right now. Sure. Then we can go to combat. Do not attack with the Forerunner of the Empire, but we can attack with our 5/5 flyer, and our 3/3 will have to attack. But at this point, I don't really care if it dies, but they really do need to block it. Thank you. I mean, if they didn't, cool, we win, but otherwise, right now they're at 3, and we have a 3/3 flyer on the field, so they have to figure something out. If they leave this back to block, we won't be able to attack with this guy next turn, but we won't have to unless they have a way to get rid of this. And even if they do, we have the Knight as backup. Okay, Daggertooth is fine. Spoilers, I'm not attacking into it with anything that it could block. I'm just going to kill you with my flyer. That's my current plan, of course. Thrash of Okay. So I just win? You could even attack me for 6. I don't really care. There would be no blocks. All right. So I don't think they can physically have anything. Excuse me. I don't. Okay. That's what I thought. All right. So they just showed us more of their deck. That's fine. So we seem to be doing the same things. It's just that I think our deck does it better. So let's submit it back and see what we have, right? There's nothing that I need to play here. We didn't see any enchantments or artifacts from them that we care about. Yeah, I don't see any reason to do anything else. Legion's Judgment is a thing that we could put in if we lose to something big and scary, but I think that what we did last game is kind of exactly what our deck wants to be doing. This hand is a little more awkward. We don't know how this deck mulligans yet, but I think I'm going to keep it. And they kept theirs as well. And we draw another land. Okay, well, that's unfortunate, but fine. Let's see what they've got going on. Nothing. A second land and nothing. Okay. We drew another Heliopterus, which is funny. We can pass. They have a third forest, which they're going to use to play the Daggertooth again. No, Ranging Raptors this time. That makes sense. All right, so with our third land, we can make it unable to attack or block. So... I mean, it'll still sit there as an enraged target, which kind of sucks. But since it's literally the only thing we can do this turn, plus we don't want them to be getting in for free damage against us. Yeah, I mean, they can, like, get a Fanatical Firebrand out and ping it, but it looks like they're off red right now. So, yeah, there's white. They're off red, so unless they have a way to ping this thing, they might be hurting for some land. All right, that sucks. They can play Dreadmaw next turn. Okay. Oh. All right. let's see what we can do here. We can draw another land. That's an option, I guess. I'll play a Heliopterus. Not a huge deal. And pass. We will obviously not block if they attack with their knight, which is good for them. Yeah, they're off red, which is nice. They might have... They probably played this to go look for it. Yep. We take 2. It's the first damage they've dealt us. But it's also first blood in this game. Okay. Overgrown Armosaur is cool. Alright. Let's... I guess attack first, right? We've got a flyer. If they try to do something, we've got Sheltering Light. Sure. We're just both at 18. All right. And then we can play this land. Tuscadon. And pass. Next turn, we can Heliopterus, give this flying an attack and hit them for 8, bring them to 10. They're going to be able to attack for 6 this turn, and we're going to take it all. They attacked for nothing this turn. That's amazing. I think they probably kept it back for the Tuscadon. They're going to be disappointed. Let's play the Heliopterus, leaving up one of each color. Give the Tuscadon flying. Does it not? Oh, it's when it attacks. All right, so we'll attack with this guy. That's fine. Maybe I misunderstood, which I totally misunderstood. But that's 100% fine. We're going to do that. And give the Tuscadon flying. So they're going to take 10 this turn and go to 8. Seems good to me. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, okay, so I without realizing that, I always mess that up with enter the battlefield versus, okay, so they can add a mana of any color, but they might not have a turn to do that with. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, I always mess that up with enter the battlefield versus attack. So it actually would have been better to play the Hammer Skull that turn, so that the turn after we could have tapped down something and gotten in, with, you know, Sheltering Light as backup if they tried to block and kill this. But still, this worked out nicely. Guys, I will be back with round 2 in just a second. All right, we are back. Apparently we were playing against Jace. But let's see if round 1 was what the deck is going to do every time, or whether it was a lucky coincidence. I'm going to keep this. Death Spitter followed by Heliopterus seems fine. With Divine Verdict as backup, we draw a Frenzied Raptor, so that's also cool. I will also start with the Plains. Okay, so they're white-blue, but have no turn 2 play. We're white-red and have no turn 2 play. Okay. So they could be blue-white flyers. We could be in some bit of trouble. Okay. Hammer Skull is fine. What do we play as backup? I guess it's the Raptor for now? That's actually a interesting point. I don't know. I'll play the Death Spitter. If they have removal for it, they have removal for it, and then it doesn't get the Enrage trigger, but otherwise, they're just going to attack and tap it down, and that's fine. Totally fine. I can't block, and they play the Siren Reaver. So yeah, they're blue-white flyers. Seemingly. But that's fine. Let's play a mountain. I mean, we can attack and then keep up Divine Verdict, but that feels kind of bad, doesn't it? Let's attack first, see what they do. I don't think they trade their Reaver for it. No, they don't. Okay. Well, then let's play the flyer. Because I think if they want an air battle, I think we can race this. It's just going to be a little bit difficult, but we'll see. We will have Divine Verdict for later. I just don't... Like, we could Divine Verdict to Hammerskull, right? That would probably be my target. Because this I would trade off. Yeah, now it's a 4/3 lifelinker. So, yeah, now it is my target. Well, they can tap down our 2/2. That's fine. No blocks from me. They're going to gain a bunch of life. So, yeah, this is a problem, but not terrible. All right, let's play a land. We can attack. They can block this guy, but then they're going to take 2, gain 1, which isn't really worth it, but it might be better than taking 3. That's really up to... Oh, no, we're going to give it flying. Never mind. Let's play a land. Go to attacks. And attack. Okay, so they're going to take 5, go to 16, and we're going to pass, leaving up Divine Verdict for their 4/3. And otherwise, we'll take 3, which I'm totally okay with. They can gain a life. But we're going to 2-for-1 them with this flyer. If they could have counter magic, which would be rough, and we will probably lose if they counter this card. Most likely. Because they have 7 damage on the board right now. Yeah, okay. Sure. I was going to say, I don't... We were waiting for them to do something. Let's see if they have counter magic. See, unfortunately, leaving up Divine Verdict is pretty obvious a lot of the time, because just have 4 mana open, but still, I guess it worked that time. We will be aware of their counter magic for next time. All right, so they're at 17, we're at 9. Not an amazing position, but also not a terrible one. They're going to Brainstorm. Or Brainstorm, depending on what you want to call this guy. Yeah, that's fine. They have 6 cards in hand. They will go down to 5 as they put 2 back. So they've just crafted their next 2 turns, but what it also means is that if we throw them a curveball, they will not be ready for it, which is good. And they played a land, which means they didn't put, well, maybe they did put land on top. Maybe they're flooded. They play a Baffling End, and they're going to exile one of our creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less, which is the Death Spitter. Okay. And what is it? When it leaves the battlefield, we get a 3/3 Dino. Sure. We will not have a way to get rid of that, but that's fine. Okay. We have another Divine Verdict, which I don't think we need right now. But we can play Pterodon Knight this turn. The problem is they're going to attack, tap the knight down, and we only have a 2/2 as a blocker. So we would take 5 and they'd gain 1. It seems a little dangerous, but then the turn after we can do Raptor and keep up Divine Verdict. Yeah. I think that's the play right now. Pterodon Knight this turn. Attack with our flyer. Take them down to 15. They'll go back up to 16 on their turn with the lifelinker. All right. Let's see. We haven't lost yet, but it's not amazing for us. 2, 4, 5. We would go to 4. Okay. They'll tap our 3/3, obviously, because why wouldn't they? Yeah, we go to 4, they go to 16. Not incredible, but let's see what they have as a follow-up play. They have Resplendent Griffin, which is a 2/2, and it can get bigger on attacks. Okay. Let's go Frenzied Raptor, not Relentless Raptor. That's the other card. Okay, so do we... It's on attacks that it becomes a 3/3. So the Hammer Skull will have already tapped something, so we might as well... They're going to hit us for 3 if we can kill this. Not amazing, but I think we still have to... I guess we just attack with the Pterodon Knight here. Because then it leaves back 2 blockers. We can kill their vampire token. And we just have up Divine Verdict again. Yeah, this is not spectacular, but it'll work. Oh, they're playing something. Crashing Tide returns this to our hand because they control a merfolk. Do we lose? I don't think we do. They don't know we have Divine Verdict, but still. They might guess. We've done it once before. Okay. So Hammer Skull happens, Resplendent Griffin happens. They have 3 cards in hand. Let's Divine Verdict so then we can just F6 through the rest of this. Sure. Again, let's see if they have counter magic. They do not. Okay. So we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we still lose. All right, sweet. That's what I said. That's fine. So we go to game 2. Is it worth putting in a Demystify? I don't think it is. It just gives us a 3/3. Okay. Well, we have the Pterodon. That seems like a really good thing against them. Legion's Judgment could also work. Moment of Triumph seems nice. I think maybe we do the Pterodon and take out the Snubhorn because we don't... That guy doesn't help us out in this situation. We're going from a low drop to a high drop, but I think that we were okay there in fighting back. I would like to play first. This hand is garbage. That sucks. This hand is better, but not good. Sure, I'll keep it. Tuscadon on top with 1, 2, 3, 4 land. Sure. We will keep it on top, play a mountain, and pass. We don't have a turn 2 play either, depending, because we know what we're going to draw. Okay, they also didn't have a turn 1 play. For their turn 2, because they didn't have a turn 2 play last game either, did they? All right, so they have a Martyr of Dusk. Now we have the Relentless Raptor. Great. All right, well, let's play it. We just drew it. Kind of awkward, but it seems fine. We have a 3/3. Next turn, we have 2 5-drops in our hand, and we'll have 4 lands. So we'll have to play the Death Spitter, or if we draw something else. But we need 1 more land in the next 2 turns to be able to play everything in our hand. Baffling End gets rid of that guy. Okay. I don't know whether they have 1 or more than 1 of these. It is uncommon. So that happens. We take 2. We drew another land. So now we have our 5th land. That's a thing. Sure. Play the Death Spitter. And pass. They could get a 1/1 lifelinker if we offer the, like, if they offer the trade. I might take it though. They'll take 2 and go to 18, but then they'll have a 1/1 lifelink, but we'll just follow it up with a Tuscadon, which seems fine. Although if they play a flyer this turn, we will likely play Aerosaur. It's just better, I think. Okay, Luminous Bonds on that guy, that's fine. 2 more damage, also fine. Drawing a land, not as fine. Let's do the Tuscadon. I am not as worried about their board. They seem to be just throwing removal at any creature we play, but they're going to run out of it eventually. So, yep, that is not going to be good enough. Although, to be fair, a double block would stop this guy. Although it would trample over for 1, dealing them 2 damage. Or we could Imperial Aerosaur and give it... Oh my god, what a draw. What a top deck. That's gross. Thanks for leaving all your creatures back. Let's do it. Attack for 5 in the air. Please take half of your life total. That bounce spell does not have flash because they do not have a merfolk. You take 10. Pass the turn. Oh man, that's fun. That's really good stuff. Okay, there's the merfolk. That's fine. So now they can bounce something back to our hand with flash. They can also cater their draws, but still, they're at 10. Okay. They played a land. I doubt they attack, because we'll just kill whatever it is. They only have... I mean, I guess they have Moment of Triumph mana up. But still? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because the thing is, they have good blockers for our Tuscadon, so we probably just don't attack with it. But if they attack, we attack with it. Because then they have, you know, less creatures. The question is, do I make them... I think I just chip in with flyers for now. I could make them trade off 2 of their creatures, but they're dinky creatures that aren't super relevant to me. And if they want to bounce this guy, I'm 100% okay with it. We just kill them then. So, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's play this guy. All right. So next turn, we represent 6 damage, which is not lethal. We put them to 1. They play an air elemental. That's sweet. Okay, we drew a land, which sucks. Let's... Huh. We do have 2 flyers, but obviously they'll block 1 of them, take 3, and go to 4. We could Tuscadon, which doesn't seem as good. So maybe we just pass. That's unfortunate. Air Elemental is good for them here. Very, very good. I don't know how we... All right. I'm trying to think of what we're waiting on. I think we don't attack. I'm just trying to figure out what our outs are here. There aren't a ton of them. That's the issue. Okay, they're playing something. It's a Pious Interdiction on our charging Tuscadon. Okay. Oh, God. Again, if you're new to our drafts, welcome to Joe Draws Land When He Needs Gas. All right, so yeah, still no attacks. In fact, attacks are worse now. They brought themselves to 9, which is an issue. All right. Dart Destro goes to combat. I can't imagine attacking here, because I will happily take 4 in the air to be able to swing in for 6 on the crackback. And these guys are too small because we can just block like crazy. Here's a Hammer Skull and a Resplendent Griffin, which they have the City's Blessing, and we drew another land. Okay. Need outs, draw planes. Let's pass again, I guess. Really not much we can do here. That Air Elemental was a big game. They will likely... Oh, God. Come on. That sucks. Yep. Makes sense. Tap our 3/4. And now we can't block with this guy. Actually, yeah, we can block the Hammer Skull. So let's do that. They'll be able to do that once. But we're taking 8 going to 8, and they're gaining 4 life. That is really rough. But they can only tap down this guy once. But, oh my God. Really? Really, really? All right. So we don't lose. We can double block the flyer, the Resplendent Griffin. Take 4, go to 4. That feels real bad. But it's literally our only option, because I can't attack. Otherwise, I'm just chumping. And they're at 13 now, so it's not really relevant to bring them to 10. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, okay. So do we lose? I think we do, right? 2-4. Yeah, we're just dead here. We block here and here. We take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sweet. Okay. Well, that was a damn shame. That's my luck. Go watch my other drafts. I really love drawing land. It's my favorite thing to do, and I do it quite often. But regardless, we are 1-1. Let's see how match 3 plays out, and I will bring you that in just a second. Okay, so it's round 3. Like I said, moment of truth. We're playing Love Muffin. That's hilarious. This is a terrible hand. Holy crap. Yes, I will mulligan that one, and I will keep this one. If we don't draw another land, we lose, basically. But we're going to keep... They mulliganed as well? Sure. I'm keeping this hand. We have a Tuscadon on top. I actually think it's going on the bottom. It's a damn shame, but we need gas. Well, we need playable cards, to be honest. But let's play a Snubhorn Sentry and pass. It's the first time we've played this guy today. Okay. In fact, we boarded him out earlier. All right, so they're part black. That's fine. We have nothing for turn 2, so... Let's go through attacks. I could attack, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's go... Yeah, I don't think we have any double red, so let's just make them not know what our second color is right off the bat. All right, so they have a Dinosaur Hunter. Nice. Nice. Okay, well, we've got a Death Spitter, so it would die anyway, but they'll take 2 damage. So let's do that. No attacks, because that would be real dumb in this instance. But now we can play Pterodon Knight next turn, followed by the Heliopterus. Depending on what else we draw, obviously. But we've got 4 land, which is nice. We did draw a 4th one. Do they attack? They do not. Oh, they do. Sure. I'll make you take 2 instead of me. Yep. Okay. play a sleek schooner. Okay. Well, we can play the Pterodon Knight, which has flying, no attacks. That's the thing that sucks about having this Snubhorn Sentry, is that every turn the Magic Online's like, do you want to attack? It's like, no, it's a 0/3. All right, so they have a Death Spitter. They can crew this thing and attack. But do they? They do. Okay. The question is, do we block? I think we just take it, go to 16, and then hit them back for 3. Feels kind of bad, but that's okay. Rigging Runner is a 2/2 first strike. Okay. That also sucks. We drew a land, but now we can play both. That's cool. All right, so let's attack for 3 in the air. They can't block. All right, so now we are playing Heliopterus. Okay. And passing. We have literally nothing else going on, so. One more permanent. Like literally anything. If this is not a spell, we will have enough to ascend this guy. We will have the City's Blessing, and we will have a 3/3, which will block the schooner nicely. Okay, sure. That seems... I mean, it sucks, but that's fine. That's not the worst. Although now we need 2 permanents, notably. We're going to take another 4 here. We're going to take 7, aren't we? Yep. All right. Gross. We just go to 9 now? That sucks. This was a bad draw for our deck. I'll be honest. I don't think we are gonna straight lose to this deck. Hey, the other Heliopterus. Okay. What do we do though? If we attack, yeah, I mean, I don't think we leave our flyer back. So let's attack. Okay. And then we just play the other Heliopterus and pass. The other thing, though, is... Alright, so they play a Grasping Scoundrel. That's fine. For right now, that's fine. They play a land as well. So they're empty-handed, so are we. Alright, so they crew and then attack us for 9? It's like lethal. That seems okay. Let's see how we want to tailor our blocks, though. We can block... We can put the sentry on the first striker. If they pump it... Oh, they can't. They have literally no cards in their hand, which is good. If they had left up that land, we would have made tougher decisions. So let's block the Heliopterus into the schooner, I guess, as opposed to the Death Spitter. And then just poke that as well. Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll take 3. Okay. We drew a land because what did I call this? I told you guys. So we could take up to 4. Oh, no. This gets another +1, right? So 5. So we go to 1. So if they have any kind of... I mean, they're top decking, right? So let's attack. We're likely going to draw a land because that's what I've said. That's what we do. But still... The ascend on this thing is such a tease now. That's all it's been. They drew... Oh, man. Oh, God. We draw land when we need gas. They top deck and get a mythic rekindling Phoenix. What the hell? That is so funny. Okay. So it doesn't make sense to save 1 damage by sacking this guy. So I'm just going to continue to block here, take 5, go to 1. Oh my God. I don't think there's a single card in our deck that we could draw right now to make this any better. That is hilarious. Please draw a land. That'd be the funniest thing ever. Nope, we draw. Oh, man. All right. We can't even play it. We can't even play it. The guy who draws land all the time can't play his 7-drop. Do we lose? Good God, do we lose? Oh, man. All right, let's go to game 2. That was great. That is so funny. Okay. They have a rekindling Phoenix. I mean, like I said, I think that was just a bad draw for our deck. We haven't seen this guy in forever. Despite having 2 of these, we haven't seen this guy in forever either. No Divine Verdicts. We've seen Ixalan's Bindings 0 times. Luminous Bonds once, I think. So, all right. The Phoenix is a 4/3, which means this thing blocks it all day. But I don't think that's the play. I mean, there's Legion's Judgment as well, but we can't get rid of the 0/1 then. God, that's crazy. All right. I'm going to submit it back. I'm going to submit it back, and I'm going to see what happens. Like I said, I think that was just a bad draw for us. I'm hoping that this is better. Well, when we're getting hands like this, it's not better. Mulligan. Great. So much better. They mulligan to 6, we have to go to 5. Because we're on the play, which means there's no way we get red. So I have to mulligan again. And this is just great. They kept 6. I'm not going to 4. This can go on the bottom. It's not like we're not going to draw a 5th land. I'd rather have some gas. Let's play a Plains. You know, if people don't understand Magic logic, me saying I'd rather have some gas is a very odd sentence out of context. Great, a Conquistador. I guess they have a fast start. Ooh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is much better. They play a 2/1 Menace. That could be a problem. But I assume they don't attack, because why? I'd lose 1 life, but all right. Well, we have to attack. But it's got Vigilance, so if they don't block it, we're still going to take 2 from this Menace guy. All right. Attacks happen. They don't block, and we pass. We at least have the mana to play the Tuscadon. I told you we draw 1 more land. And hopefully now we just draw gas. And by that I mean not the Ferocidons. Holy crap, their deck is good. Oh my god. Rekindling Phoenix and this guy? That is nuts. What a great deck. I'm jealous. Yeah, I'll take 2. That's great. No blocks are available. Okay. We draw a Divine Verdict. Interesting. Okay. This guy is Menace 2, and it's on attacks that they can tap the 2 and make a pirate, but we can Divine Verdict it, so that's sweet. Let's attack. No blocks. That's good. All right. So if you attack with these two, this guy gets Divine Verdicted. That was a terrible sentence structure. Sorry. Anyway, I will use Divine Verdict on this guy. Good. Sure. It doesn't even matter whether they do it or not. This is clearly what we're doing. And then, like I said before, I can just F6 through the rest. They do it. That's fine. They have another Menace guy, but it doesn't make more Menace guys. So that's totally fine. Plus, we're going to have a sweet blocker next turn. We go to 16. We draw a land. Okay, well, let's go to combat first and see what happens. They might trade their guys off, although I doubt it. I was wrong. Do we kill the Menace guy first? I think we do. 2 power, more relevant against Tuscadon than 2 toughness. Sure. Okay, so then we play this land and play a Tuscadon. Feels good to me. I'll take 2 more Menace if you really want. But I'm going to start attacking with a 4/4 that deals double damage to you. They have 5 mana, though. That's a little scary. They can play... Yep. I get attacked. I take 2. And you play... a Stormfleet Arsonist. It was a Tuscadon for a second. You guys saw that, right? All right, so we have to sack a permanent. I'll have it be this Plains. I don't care that much. I'll just make my Tuscadon. Yeah, we're gonna be drawing land anyway. So what do we need? What do we need land for? We're gonna totally draw some. It's time to draw answers. All right. That sucks. We're just going to take 2 forever from this Trailblazer. It's a good card. Brazen Buccaneers. I don't care whether it explores a land or a non-land. They get a mountain. Okay. Attack with both for 6. Just the 2. Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess they wouldn't want to attack with this because then this would just... I'd take it, and then this would get in for 8. Hey, what'd I say? Welcome to welcome to it. I will pass. This is ridiculous. What? What is happening? Oh, my God. That's crazy. A schooner. Great. Now we have something for the Conquistador to do. That's good. He felt lonely over there, sitting there by himself. Holy crap. Oh. Well, oh, okay, because they just figure they can just crew and block. Although they'd take 2. They would take 2. Yeah, I take 6 and go to 6. Pretty sure there's not a way out of this one. We draw... a Pterodon Knight. It will have flying. Okay. We don't lose outright. All right, 1, 2. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, we don't straight lose. We just have to, you know, chump block or throw away our creatures blocking or whatever. But Tuscadon, you're not supposed to be blocking, but you're gonna have to, because good God, look at this board. Tomb Robber. Jesus. Okay, so they can discard a card to make him explore. They only have one card in hand, but if it's a land, they can just get value off of dropping lands out of their hand. Yep. What'd I say? They get a Dinosaur Hunter. Okay. Well, it gets a +1/+1 counter. It's a 2/2 menace now. Okay. They go to combat and attack with... I assume everybody. They don't even die if we attack with... If these are unblocked. They take 11 and go to 3. Okay. Did they just, like, forget to crew? Alright, here's a Heliopterus. Let's just build out some defenses at this point. We're at 6. Like, it would be nice to attack with the Knight, the 3/3. But I think for now we just wait, which sucks because they're just going to keep exploring with this guy. They do have a Dinosaur Hunter, which is coming out right now because they're not stupid. Oh, wow. Okay. That's an interesting choice. Very interesting. Okay. Costly Plunder. Cool. So they can sack an artifact or a creature to draw 2 cards. So I guess they could sack the Conquistador or something. Now they'll remember to crew. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They forgot to crew last turn, and so they chose not to attack at all. Now they're going to swing in with everybody. We can block the 4/4, the 4/3, and the 2/2 and take, what, 5? And go to 1? That feels real bad. But it's literally what we have to do. And then we're leaving their menace guys. So yeah, this is basically inevitable at this point that this is how the game ends. But I'm going to play it out because who the hell knows? We know that Costly Plunder is their next card, but they don't really need to... I'm going to play it. And then I'm going to concede. Well, guys, like I said, thank you once again. They sent me a message, probably good game or something. Thank you once again for tuning into Joe Draws Land. But regardless, salt aside, I had fun. I liked that deck a lot. I thought we got some sweet uncommons, a lot of sweet uncommons. Let me know what you thought of the deck. Did you think it was actually bad and that's why we lost? Do you think I got unlucky? Do you think I'm wrong in thinking that I got unlucky with my draws and stuff? Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I'll be back with this again next week because if you weren't aware, here on this channel, we do drafts like this every Saturday. We do story reviews with my fiance Amy and I every Thursday, and we do paper magic openings every Monday. So, like I said, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please feel free to click our logo, as it has already popped up on the screen, to subscribe to our channel and find out when all of those videos that I just mentioned came out. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.